Good evening, Warrior fans, and welcome to the campus of Broadmoor High School for tonight's matchup between your St. Michael Warriors and the homestanding Broadmoor Buccaneers. Thank you for joining us tonight on the Warrior Broadcast Network here on YouTube. We're excited to bring you this District 6 4A matchup between sort of traditional rivals here in District 6 4A. The Warriors are coming into tonight's game on a 3-game winning streak to start the season. 3-0 on the season, 2-0 in district as the Broadmoor Buccaneers come into tonight 1-2 and 0-2 in district. This ought to be a good test to see if the Warriors can get off to their best start since 2014 and hit that 4-0 mark heading into a pretty tough stretch here in district the next 3 weeks, but they got some business to take care of tonight. As always, I am joined up here in the Coach Todd Frugier press box by none other than class of 2015 former Warrior quarterback Jeff Vaccaro. Jeff, it's a beautiful night. We're actually in a press box. We got a pretty good little perch up here, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to roll, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here, Coach. And like you said, the facilities here at Broadmoor are pretty nice as far as the press box goes. So excited to be here. Excited to hopefully cheer on the Warriors to a 4-0 start. And like you talked about, Broadmoor historically has been a little bit of a rival for us. It's very important. Big game next week against Plaquemine for us that we don't look forward on our opponent. I know they're 1-2. I know they have a losing record in district, but this is a Broadmoor team that can give us a lot of problems.
Yeah, and so we're coming in here tonight. Let's take a quick look back at last week's matchup between the Warriors and the Bel Air Bengals. It was kind of it was a 40-0. We pitched a shutout. The defense played fantastic, but it just really wasn't the prettiest game in the world. But you're never going to turn down the W. You're always going to be able to take that, especially going 3-0, going 2-0 in district, getting things started here. Again, like I said, the Warrior defense dominated the entire game. It was a little disjointed on offense for a little while. They kind of got cooking in the second half, kind of towards the middle to back half of the game, but the defense just absolutely dominated in typical Coach Chuck Guidry defense fashion.
Yeah, I think Coach Guidry's defense looked great, like you said, pretty much the entire game. The offense put up points early. I believe going into halftime it was 23-0 or something to that effect. But we kind of talked about it at halftime. Guys, the game isn't over yet. There's still room to improve upon kind of our offensive performance that we put out there and feel good about it going into week 4. And I think they did that, like you talked about, kind of the end half of that third quarter and especially the fourth quarter. We kind of left there going, hey, man, a little bit of a tale of two halves. I mean, the offense looked great in that fourth quarter especially. And so I think you feel good about it on both sides of the football. And, I'm excited to see the guys come back out here and hopefully build upon that fourth quarter performance on the offensive side of the ball as opposed to what we saw early in that game last week.
Yeah, and so the team was able to fight through a little bit of adversity. They fought through some tough matchups that they had. They saw a defensive line that was a little bit bigger than they've seen all year, and at some parts of the game, kind of, I think it kind of took the offensive line just a little bit of time to sort of figure out kind of what they were doing on defense, and then they kind of put it together. Our players of the week last week on offensive side of the ball, it was John Martinez again. He had 24 carries for 105 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then on the defensive side of the ball, it was Gavin Knaps, who we'll hear from a little bit later in our senior interview. He had 9 total tackles, 2 TFOs, 2 tackle for losses, and 1 sack. So he had a big-time game last week, just constantly in the backfield. I mean, just like we saw last year from Gavin, he was just constantly in the backfield the entire game and just wreaking havoc, and came back and was a big reason why the Warrior defense, was able to pitch that shutout last week.
Yeah, and Gavin, that's what you expect from one of those guys that's able to come out there and give you a big-time performance pretty much week in and week out on the defensive side of the ball. And then John Martinez, I mean, a guy that's kind of paced our offense all year long, along with Preston Centino, comes out there and gives you just a bell cow of a game, 24 carries, over 100 yards rushing, and then punches it in 2 times. I mean, you got to love where you're at and the contributions that you're getting from your star players right now.
Yeah, and so taking a look at Broadmoor here, this is a team that kind of taking a look at Broadmoor here. This is a team that the Warriors defeated 62-0 last year. They were 1-9 last year under their first-year head coach, Yassine Sarah. This year they're off to a 1-2 start, 0-2 in district. They got their victory against Glen Oaks, and they've lost to both Tara and Estruma. That was a Tara loss that broke a long losing streak for Tara. So it was kind of a shocking, a little bit of an upset, a little bit of a shock there. They've traditionally though been a really scrappy and really tough team, and I think they're kind of getting back to that under Coach Sarah. I kind of seen a little bit more from them on film. Kind of looking at them warming up now, you kind of see some athletes out there that look a little different than kind of what they've had in the past. But it's all about them keeping their consistency up throughout the whole game. They run a spread offense. They're going to put the ball in the air. Their defense is a 4-2-5, and they pretty much just stay in it. I mean, so as a quarterback, you kind of know what you're going to see. You're probably going to see some blitzes coming from up the middle, A gap, B gap. You may see some guys coming, some blitzes coming off the edge. But, Centino tonight should have a pretty good idea of kind of what to see, and you know what that's like.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get a defense out there that's going to give you the same look over and over again, it allows you, especially as the game progresses, to kind of get back to the sideline, talk to your position coach, talk to Coach Kling. Hey, what do you see out there? Both ways. What does Coach Kling see? What do you see on the football field? And it allows you to take advantage of some of those mismatches and kind of scheme to that defense to beat them. Another thing, Coach, we kind of have been drawing the parallels to the 2014 team all year. And the last team to go 4-0, this, that, and the other. Broadmoor was a team that we went up against when we were 7-0, coming here to Broadmoor to go 8-0. That gave us, I believe they were 2-6 at the time, or 2-5,
yeah,
and gave us a scare.
19-12 was the score of that game.
19-12.
I looked it up the other day. 19-12.
They will give you a scare if you're not ready. Broadmoor has the athletes to give you a scare. It's very similar to what we talked about last week against Bel Air. You have to put the game away early. You got to drive on them. You got to assert your dominance on both sides of the ball early on, because if you let these guys hang around and say, "Hey, we're in this game," athletically they can hang with you.
Yeah, leave no doubt kind of deal. But for us this week, it's really, that 40-0 win last week, going 3-0 for the first time since 2014, trying to continue and match what you guys did in 2014. But I have right here, it's all about us. We have to take care of yourselves. That is the message that is being sent from the coaching staff to the team this week.
Yeah, I mean, take care of your own business like we talked about. Important to not look ahead. I know they're all excited to get out and play Plaquemine, a really strong district opponent next week. It's about you guys. You got to take care of tonight first. You got to take care of what we do tonight, and we'll have plenty of success. So go out there, execute on the game plan, do what you've done in practice all week, and we're going to be fine. This should be a Warrior win.
And so let's hear from our senior interviews this week. First up, we have senior Preston Centino.
Hi, my name is Rihanna Lewis, and this week's senior interview is with Preston Centino. Preston, how are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. What are your thoughts on the 3-0 start to the season?
I mean, we're all excited. We want to go undefeated this whole season, so we're off to a good start.
What are some keys to the game for the offense this week against Broadmoor?
We're really just trying to perfect what we already been doing, run the ball, pass it when necessary. They like to blitz a lot, so we just got to be ready for that.
What is the legacy that you want your senior class to leave on this program?
I want to be the best class the school's ever seen, win a playoff game or two, so yeah.
Thanks, Preston. Good luck Friday night.
Thank you.
And that was senior Preston Centino. Our next senior interview for the broadcast today is senior Gavin Knaps.
This week's senior interview is with Gavin Knaps. Gavin, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. What are some keys to the game for the defense this week against Broadmoor?
Well, we're just going to have to really work on stopping the run game. So our defensive line is going to have to do good. Gavin Landry is going to cover the pass for us, and just the goal is not let him score.
What is the legacy that you want your senior class to leave on this program?
I think going undefeated this year, or just only one loss, would be a really good legacy.
Thanks, Gavin, and good luck Friday night.
Thank you.
And there you have our weekly senior interviews. We'll be right back after this quick break to have the teams run out. Then we'll have the coin toss, national anthem, and get things kicked off here from Broadmoor. But again, thank you for joining us here on the Warrior Broadcast Network on YouTube. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, we have the Warriors lined up behind their banner. Broadmoor looks like they're putting their finishing touches on their pregame talk before. Jeff, nice little uniform combination, and here come your St. Michael Warriors to the field. Yeah, no, interesting, nice little uniform combination there with the new white tops and the black pants. Kind of smooth look tonight. Yeah, man. We're clever. We're clever over at St. Michael. So we got a little bit of exciting action. And here come the Broadmoor Bucks to the field. And we are just moments away from the coin toss, national anthem. Referees heading out to midfield. Captains are lined up on the sideline. Captains tonight, first for the homestanding Buccaneers, looks like number 10. That is Mark Terrio, number 74, Anthony Allen, and number 55, Demarius Toston. Then for the Warriors, it'll be number 35, Bryce Richard, and number 44, Matthew Bell are your captains tonight. Meeting with the white hat. Gonna get the ins and outs. It's always the exclamation, gentlemen, we're gonna flip this coin. The visiting team, you're gonna call it, and then you're gonna tell us what you want to do with it. It's not that hard. But they seem to take several minutes to go through this process here. Right, exactly. Boy, Jeff sounds like the Bucks got the old PA system cranked up to full blast tonight. Oh, uh-oh. I was in the bank earlier today, and one of the tellers was a former Buck. It looked like the Buccaneers are gonna get the ball here to start things, and just a second we'll have the presentation of the colors by the Broadmoor Junior ROTC and the national anthem to follow that up here in just a quick second.
Now, without further ado, if you will please stand and remove your caps for the presentation of colors and remain standing for a moment of silence.
And there you have the national anthem. We are going to get ready for kickoff right here in just a second. Jeff, it's about that time of year where the sun has pretty much gone down by the time kickoff happens, and so this is kind of really when you start to really feel like, man, now it's kind of football season. The sun isn't shining down, beating down on your head. You know, it's Friday night light time.
Yeah, it feels great. We're a little muggy up here in the press box, but excited. We were talking about it pregame. In a couple of weeks, it's going to start being 65 degrees, and it'll be completely nighttime out when we start kicking off. It's going to be really start hitting us in that it's Friday night lights.
And we have both teams heading out. It'll be the Warriors kicking things off. It'll be the Bucks to receive. And it looks like it'll be number 24, Ethan Wilson, and I think that's number 16, Lathan Bridges, back to receive for the Bucks. And Mondello gets it going. Here we go. And into the end zone. There's that weapon we've talked about all year, Jeff.
Yep, and Mondello, has been really, like you talked about, a weapon for us all year on special teams, not only in the kickoff game, but in field goals as well. I mean, he's got the distance. I wouldn't put it past Coach Leje to send him out there for something a little bit longer than your typical high school range.
And so your starters on defense for the Warriors, number 13, Gavin Knaps. Number 35, Bryce Richard. Number 79, Eli Corville. Looks like they're going with number 57, Nathan Bell, and number 66, Guy Woods up front to start things. And then at the second level, it's Foreman and Evans on the outside with Boudreaux and Bell in the middle. And the Warriors kind of send the house there. Several players got through. It'll be Foreman with the initial hit, and then Boudreaux cleaning things up for about a 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12. So 2nd and 12 here for the Bucks. Finishing out the rest of the starters on defense for the Warriors, Hayes Marino and Gavin Landry at corner. And then Knox Poirier is your free safety. Flag thrown, be a false start, 5 yards back, so it'll be 2nd and 17.
False start on the offense is going to back them up 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 17.
And so the Bucks have that reverse garbage truck thing going on there. Beep, beep, beep. Backing them on up for the beginning of the game here.
Yeah, and Coach Guidry loves, having their opponent pinned back here and being able to send some pressure on 2nd and 17.
Oh, he loves being able to just get after the quarterback in this situation. And again, movement up front.
Another flag on the play.
Beep, beep, beep.
There it goes again. I mean, it's now a 2nd and 22 for Broadmoor.
And if you thought Coach Guidry was sending it last play, wait for this.
Yeah, it looks like both middle backers could be rolling. Grayson Boudreaux is mugged up inside. The keeper from the quarterback, that is, I believe it's number 13, Kenneth Hawkins. Yeah, that's Kenneth Hawkins. Over there for the Bucks, Hawkins at quarterback. In the backfield, you can see a combination of number 5, Jaden Banguel, and number 24, Ethan Watson. And then out wide at receiver, number 1, Chase Morgan, number 7, Marquise Bennett, number 11, Waheed Morehouse, and number 16, Lathan Bridges. And then up front, from right to left, 56, Isaiah Green, 55, Demarius Toston, 77, Earl Thibodeau, 74, Anthony Allen, and number 59, Willie Williams. So they're going to put it up here. Inside throw. Try to get through a little traffic. He was trying to get that ball to number 5, Banguel.
Yeah, and I think he had a little window there, and kind of back to your pregame notes. They're coming out. They're throwing the ball there on 3rd down on a little slant route. Had a window to make it, but I think he felt some footsteps coming, creeping ahead. I don't even think if he completes that ball that he makes it very far.
No, I think Matthew Bell's going to light him up right there after one step. And it'll be 4th down right here. They're going to go ahead and punt. So get our first punt of the game. Hey, Jeff, we've seen the last couple weeks. We've seen the punt block, man.
Yep.
So we could get another one right here. And whistles.
Another flag on the play.
It's going to be another false start.
Wow.
Looks like false start.
I think a couple people moved.
5 yards.
Interesting. The referee all the way in the back threw that flag on that false start. So they're going to be now kicking from the middle of the end zone. The ball's down at the 7-yard line or 8-yard line. Short snap. He gets it away. Pretty decent kick, but
Running
DeStefano catches it on the run. He's going to try to get to the outside. He gets a good chunk of yardage. He's going to get down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah,
Great field position for the Warriors here to start the opening drive.
and great return by DeStefano to realize that thing doesn't have a ton of hang time. It's kicked directly down the center of the hash marks. Attack that thing, catch it on the run, and you get a full sleeve ahead as soon as you catch it. Great return by DeStefano.
Yeah, the ball is at the 14-yard line. The punter for the Bucks is number 28, Riker Washington. Warriors 2 receivers on the near side, 2 backs in the backfield. Martinez and Bell. It's going to be Bell who gets it, moves to his right, kind of cuts back a little bit left, going to fall forward. They're going to give him the 9, so he picks up 5.
Yeah, and a good strong run there by Bell to kick off this offensive series for the Warriors, picking up 5 yards.
Same formation, one receiver to the top of your screen. That's Johnny McCarty. Same play, flag going to be thrown.
Man,
They are, is a lineman breathing hard?
Yeah, I mean that's 5 of it, 4 or 5 of them.
That's 4 false starts to go ahead
Wow.
in this game. Like, the Warriors are trying to move fast. I don't know if, I guess somebody's moving. Maybe that was on Big Mike Garcia, or the guard on that side, Brant Bertrand. Same play. Nope, he keeps it this time, and ball is on the ground. That's the one thing the Warriors cannot do right here, is put the ball on the ground and give them opportunities. So after the false start, Centino, I don't know if he just didn't tuck it or if he was going to try to pitch that thing outside to John Martinez. But if he was going to try to pitch it, that really was not a great decision.
I think after that fake on the dive to Bell, I think they were taking it out for kind of an option out to the left. And we've talked about it a couple times, especially at the high school level. It is difficult to kind of trust your quarterback to have that non-dominant hand be the pitch hand. Either way, they come up with it.
Yeah, so it'll be a turnover. Ball will be back to the Bucks here.
Timeout by Broadmoor.
And timeout, Bucks. So we will be back here in just a minute. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we are back. 1st and 10 for the Bucks at the 14. Handoff inside. He doesn't have any room at all. Bryce Richard along with Grayson Boudreaux. And we have a injury on the far side of the field. It's like one of the big linemen for Broadmoor. So we'll have an injury timeout, and we will take another timeout here. We'll be back. It's Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we are back. That is number 51, Dryan Dupree. Jogged off the field after we thought he hurt himself pretty good. He was kind of writhing in pain right there, but he got up and jogged off the field. I was kind of surprised by that. So it'll be a 2nd and 17, or 2nd and 12 rather, Excuse me, and false start number 5 on the night. Jeff, looks like it's going to be one of those nights.
Yeah, we're not even 3 minutes into gameplay. We got 5 false start penalties.
Yep. That is the 6th penalty of the entire game, and we've been here for, what'd you say?
2 minutes and 57 seconds.
2 minutes and 57 seconds. We might be here for a while.
Yeah, hot start.
Yeah, so just stick with us out there in Warrior Broadcast Land. We'll be here all night. Handoff. Has a little seam, but Bell wraps him up by the waist, and then Foreman gets there and helped out by a few other Warriors. Blaine Rodrigue and others combine. Gain of a couple. 3rd and 13.
And Coach, the entire game so far has been played within the Broadmoor 15.
Yeah, from the inside, it's been inside that 20-yard line.
Yeah.
That's where the entire, so far. And you're going to wear that grass out.
Yep.
It's looking pretty rough because of the no rain. Bell shooting the middle. He has a shot at him, and then Hawkins just throws it up.
He got it.
Mariano comes down with it. Interception. Mariano just saw that thing just floating up in the air, laid out, and grabbed it for the turnover.
And beautiful play there by Marino to kind of call off Foreman running backwards. It was like a baseball play where your infielder.
Yeah, you got the shortstop going back, the center fielder coming up.
Got it. Good, great job there by Hayes Marino.
He's calling ball right there. What a catch! What an interception!
Is Hayes a baseball guy?
I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think so.
Well, Coach Tukey, you should take a look.
I know. Hey, might have a center fielder right there in your hands. So it'll be Centino with just Martinez now in the backfield. 2 receivers at the top of your screen. Single receiver to the near side. Bubble screen. Thought that was short, but Landry goes down to his shoe tops and picks it up. Picks up a good chunk of yardage. They started at about the 28-yard line. That's going to be down all the way to the 10-yard line. So pickup of about 18. Nope, they're just going to be first and goal. I thought they were going to stretch the chains out there for a second, but it'll be first and goal from the 10. Martinez up the middle, got some room, going to fall forward to the 6-yard line. So big first down, Warriors right there on that nice little bubble screen little hang screen we used to call it to Landry.
And great job blocking on the outside to get kind of Gavin sprung loose there, and great play by him to turn on the Jets.
Yeah, that's absolutely what makes that play right there is that blocking by that single receiver out there. It's just him one-on-one. Motion from the fullback. Boudreaux, handoff. Martinez trying to carry some defenders. Still not going down. Finally the whistle gets blown. He's going to get down to the 1-yard line. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 1. Looks like the Warriors are going to come out with that T formation that we saw very early on. We haven't seen that in the last couple of games.
Yep. And I want to give a shout out there to big number 79, Eli Corville, seeing Johnny Martinez kind of plopped up, and Eli comes and gives him a big old shove.
Under center, going to hand it off. There's Martinez. Touchdown. Warriors taking it in from 1 yard out for the opening touchdown, opening score of the game.
Yeah.
That's 6:23 left to go here. Extra point pending, 6-0. Good guys.
And the Warriors look great on that drive. I mean, 3, 4, 5 plays that were nice and easy, modest gains, but a drive nonetheless. And I think that's probably what we would have seen on the first drive without the turnover. So
got a couple of late guys coming out on special teams. Mondello gets it up and through, and it is good. So, again, with 6:23 left to go here in the first quarter, Warriors 7, Bucks 0. We'll be back. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. Mondello's got it teed up. Puts the leg into it and drives that thing into the end zone. That went halfway into the end zone for the touchback.
And we got St. Michael alum Garrett Hamilton in the comment section. Warriors are so fortunate to get the school version of Fowler Herb Street every week.
Oh, man.
You're making us blush.
I know. You know, if I made what Herb Street makes, or Fowler, whichever one, I would be a lucky man.
Retweet.
All right, it'll be Broadmoor again, who, Jeff, I'm quite certain they're on negative yardage up to this point. They haven't passed the 20. This is the extent of which they have matriculated the ball down the field here on the touchback. They're going to throw it up, and Matthew Bell is going to just devour him in the backfield.
Yeah. Matthew Bell's just foaming at the mouth, seeing.
Oh, I mean, he was just heat-seeking missile going after. I mean, you imagine what's going through his head. Just the quarterback had really, for a second there, had no idea what was about to happen to him.
Yeah, Matthew Bell just, man, like a.
And we've hit that. Coach, our favorite thing here in high school football in the early season, the old 6-minute hydration timeout.
Oh, reliable.
And we'll be back after this break. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we are back. Second and very long for the Bucks here. That's going to be second and what looks like about 24 from the 6-yard line. Low snap, and Hawkins doesn't have anywhere to go. Bryce Richard's there. Grayson Boudreaux.
Matthew Bell
again. Just a second ago, we said we might have a little bit of a early decision on the defensive player of the game, but Matthew Bell is quickly taking his aim at that.
Making his case.
Absolutely making his case.
And here we are with a 3rd and 24, something like that.
Yeah, I think they gave him the line of scrimmage right there. Here they come again. Double A-gap blitz, and they just destroy the running back. Eli Corville there along with Gavin Knaps. Just absolutely all over number 24, Ethan Wilson.
And, Coach, you got a 4th down from your own 4. They're punting here. I'd be surprised if we don't send some heat here. Hayden Evans got a hand on one last week. I know Knox Poirier was foaming at the mouth to get involved on this previous punt, so hopefully we see some pressure here.
Yeah, they worked on Thursday. I saw them just sending everybody up front, and one of the guys asked, Coach, what if they do this? And Coach Lazy said, I'll take that. That'll be on me. And that one is blocked. Ball's rolling around, picked up. Touchdown, Warriors.
And guess who? Matthew Bell on the recovery.
Matthew Bell picks it up in the end zone. As I think probably 4 or 5 guys got a hand on that ball right there. I'm not quite sure who was the initial.
I think the pressure came from the far side of your screen initially. That's who got the hand on it. I couldn't tell if that was Hayden Evans or the guy one inside from him, but Knox Poirier was there at the end of it. I mean, you had 5 guys in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, it was everybody just getting their chance to get after the quarterback, or get after the punter, excuse me. So we got the extra point pending.
A late sub from Broadmoor.
And it's up.
And it is good.
It's good. So with 4:23 left to go in the first quarter, Warriors 14, Bucks 0. We'll be back after this brief timeout. And we are back. Mondello has it teed up. See if he can go 3 for 3 on touchbacks. Puts a boot into it. Short, and it's going to scoot by the return man and get into the end zone for another touchback.
That's one way to accomplish it there, Pele. Punch it through.
Just he kind of, I don't know if he mishit it or if that was kind of on purpose right there, but that was kind of a line drive. And the return man didn't want any part of that. Probably a good idea not to try to pick up that hot shot.
And we got Kyle Segala in the YouTube chat section. Don't be afraid to get engaged, guys. Kyle says special teams wins championships. That's right.
Jeff, we're on 120 views so far tonight. We are rolling. Keep bringing it in. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe. Go ahead and share this as well. Get it out there so your friends can see it as well and tune in. All those Warrior alumni, family, friends. Hawkins going to try to roll out. Blaine Rodrigue was chasing after him, and then Hudson Foreman's going to run him out of bounds after a gain of, looks like 1 yard.
Yeah, Blaine able to get some pressure there, pretty much untouched through the line. Force the quarterback to roll out to his right and force him out of bounds. Great job, Warrior defense.
It'll be a 2nd and 9 for Broadmoor here as they have finally crossed the 20-yard line. Roll out again. I got to expect that's going to be the offense for most of the rest of the game is they're just going to try to get the quarterback on some rolls because they clearly cannot hold up in protection just matching up man-to-man with our front and our linebackers bringing that heat.
Yeah, and we've talked about it on both sides of the ball, but the Warrior offensive and defensive front has been really good all season long, and so I think you're exactly right. That's kind of what the Broadmoor offensive attack is going to have to look like. Broadmoor take it from the gun. Airs it out over the middle.
Quick toss. Completion. They're going to get the first down. So that'll be the first down for the Bucks.
Caught by number 5, Jaden Bangel. Just a little dig route there over the middle of the football field.
It was kept going in and out.
Great reception. First down.
All right, ball at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bucks. Warriors look like they're manning up across the board. They're going to try the screen. If Hudson Foreman just kind of looks up a little bit, he might be able to climb the ladder and pick that thing off and maybe take it to the house. But he was trying to look for the hit right there.
Yeah,
can't blame him.
And a good job by Hudson there to force through that block, recognize the play, recognize, hey, I'm being stalk blocked here, push through it, and break that play up. Great job, Hudson Foreman, who's played a fantastic first 3 games of the season.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So still 3-by-1 to the near side. Hawkins in the gun. Let's see if they put him on the move here. And it's going to be a false start. That was the back. Can't quite tell who that is. That's, I think it's number, is it 28 back there?
Can barely see it. 22, maybe? No, it's not 22. Yeah, I think
It looks like, Coach, it looks like they've changed quarterbacks to Brandon Thomas. That's not number 13 Hawkins back there anymore. That's Brandon Thomas playing quarterback now. And that may be number 26 Carlos Brown in the backfield, a freshman listed on their roster. The release, Banguel with the reception. He's going to get out to the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up a third and 6.
Yeah, and just a 10-yard curl there from Banguel out of the slot. And it looks like that's the second time that they've attacked that part of the football field, so it looks like they found a little bit of a soft spot in the Warrior defense.
Yeah, Warriors are giving a lot of cushion out there to those receivers. Now they're going to be probably in a little cover 3 right here. Quarterback wound up to throw it deep there for a second. Foreman does a great job of forcing the quarterback out of bounds on the scramble. Again, that is number 6, as at least listed on their roster, Brandon Thomas. Yeah, Brandon Thomas is in at quarterback right now. I didn't notice. Did they make that change on this drive?
I think it was this drive.
I think so. It's hard. It's really hard to see their numbers.
Yeah.
With that kind of blue on that black right there, it just, I'm getting old, Jeff. So really seeing anything is kind of hard.
I'm young and I'm struggling, Coach. It's not you.
And they get the punt off. Pretty high punt. Decent kick. That's going to bounce. DeStefano walked over there and like halfway kind of bent down like he was going to pick the ball up just for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, that's bold strategy. I will say this.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
We'll see how it plays out for him. I will say this about Broadmoor. I love those helmets. The baby blue helmets.
Oh,
awesome.
The baby blue is a pretty good look.
I don't necessarily love the red with it, but the baby blue looks awesome.
No, you're right. So Warriors coming back in this similar formation with the H-back. Matthew Bell, motion from Gavin Landry is going to be a flag for probably a false start.
Yep.
So it's going to be 1st and 15. Same play, going to hand it off. Nope, keeper up the middle. Centino. So that's the first time Centino's kept the ball since he fumbled on that first drive for the Warriors. He picks up 7, 2nd and 8. So much better ball security right there from Centino. 3-by-1 in the near side. 3 receivers. Now throw that hang screen again. This time Landry does not get the blocking. That was number 4, Kamani Jones-Jackson, who kind of blew that one up. Came streaming down from his nickel rover position.
Man, and Centino puts the ball exactly where you want it on that hang screen. Kind of lost it out with a very gentle arc, but at the same time on the money. Lead your receiver, let him run into it full speed. Good job, just couldn't get the blocks on the outside.
Yeah, I think maybe if Landry tries to just beat him all the way around the corner, he might have been able to get the edge, the far edge. But that'll be 000 on the clock, so that'll do it for the first quarter. We want to thank our first quarter sponsor tonight, Walk-Ons. And we'll be back. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, and we are back here as the second quarter is getting rolling. Warriors up 14-0. Have the ball in the Buccaneer 32-yard line. And there's going to be a free 5 yards for the Warriors, so that's going to make it a third and about 3.
Yeah, and a good job of a hard count there by Centino, and even better job by the Warrior offensive front by just staying there. The old reliable, you're doing the signal, Coach. The
old freeze play. Coach, we got our old reliable familiar face in the chat. Ron Swanson making another appearance.
Here we go, Ron.
Big shout out there, Ron. Martinez gonna straight ahead, carrying tacklers all the way down to the 46-yard line. First down, Warriors.
Right on time in the chat. We got Anna Martinez. Yep. Go John, proud sister.
Yep.
Get you some, John.
I guess Anna's not in the stands tonight. Normally she's here watching her brother play.
Yeah, we called a game right next to her a couple weeks ago.
Anna, former St. Michael cheerleader, St. Michael softball player. Old Ron Swanson, former St. Michael wide receiver, a.k.a. House Wrong.
House Wrong. Chill apartment.
Martinez going to pick up a couple.
Short run for about 2 yards. It'll be 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here on the carry. 2nd and 7. They're going to give him about 3 yards. Fake. Centino throws it up over the middle. And DiStefano comes up with it. Touchdown, Warriors.
Great ball by DiStefano. Gets to the back of his 3-step drop, sees DiStefano running wide open, and just puts a dot on him across the middle of the field.
Coach, I'm going to be totally honest. He completely confused me. I thought he was going for Gavin Landry right over the middle, and Landry got blown up by the safety. And then all of a sudden I look up, and DiStefano is streaking down the middle of the field for the touchdown.
Yeah, he had a good 6-7 yard jump on him, and Centino there puts a dot on him. Exactly what you want.
52-yard strike. You got a couple of, at least one buck down in the end zone. One of the tacklers right there. You got another one kind of off to the far side, down on a knee with his helmet off. I think he might be hurt too, and nobody realizes the other young man on the knee, kind of more towards the numbers on the far side of the field. He might be a little banged up too. But we'll take an injury timeout. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. And that's number 7, Marquise Bennett, who was the injured buck. As the PA guy so eloquently said, give him a round of applause for being able to stand up.
That's, yep.
And it's good. With 10:41 left to go in the first half. Warriors 21, Bucks 0. We'll be back. And we are back. I want to give a big shout out to the Warrior Nation for showing up again, showing up and showing out here on the road, as they have the visitor stands completely packed out over there, man. That is awesome to see again.
Yeah, that's 4 or 5 weeks in a row. Pretty much all season we've done that.
Mondello, another touchback.
Automatic.
4 for 4, huh?
Yep. We got Scott Io in the chat. Volleyball beat Morgan City tonight. Congrats to the volleyball team.
Yes, that's awesome. They're up in Ruston at a tournament. I was talking to Coach Smith about it this morning. This is the first time he's really ever gone on a trip like that before. You know, he said they used to go to Lafayette for a couple of tournaments and stayed overnight, but never gone all the way up to North Louisiana. You know, tune in, man. We got all the volleyball, especially home games, on the Warrior Broadcast Network from the Battleground. We'll be on the road for a couple games, so y'all tune in, check the stream. But it's first down for Broadmoor, and Thomas pitches it, and pretty good pursuit right there from Grayson Boudreaux, kind of playing a great inside-out football right there. That is number 24, Wilson. I don't know. Did Hawkins get hurt, or did they just pulled him? Hawkins is standing over here on the sideline.
Yeah.
Looks like he's okay. They just made the decision to pull their junior quarterback to go with the sophomore Brandon Thomas here.
And Brandon's look good.
2nd and 6. Thomas going to drop back, tosses it outside. He's got a receiver open. Looked like some confusion right there on the coverage. Kasim Morehouse with a nice pickup right there. That was a breakdown in coverage. Looked like they ran kind of a slant out combo right there, and nobody picked up the flat receiver. That flat defender probably supposed to be Hudson Foreman, who kept coming inside with the slant. Looks like they're in a little more of a man-to-man here. Pressed up on the outsides. The pitch again. Gavin Knaps grabs a hold of him. Gets some help from Grayson Boudreaux again.
Yeah, and Gavin Knaps is not your average edge or defensive end. He's got some wheels on him, so you kind of saw his closeout speed there and able to get some arms around that defender or around that ball carrier and take him down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're comparing this to sort of a LSU type defense, he would be more of your jack edge rusher type, whereas Bryce Richard's more your sort of traditional defensive end.
We got Phil Hines in the chat, longtime Warrior Nation supporter. Phil says, "Let's go Warriors, swords up."
All right, good to have Phil there, man, checking it out. That would be his nephew, Hudson Foreman, out there. And Foreman on the coverage. That time it looked like they were much more in sync on that coverage. Thomas tried to hit the out route again, threw it a little wide, but Foreman was going to be there to make the play, even if the ball was caught. 9:03 left to go here in the first. Got twin receivers to both sides. Single back. Thomas looking, got pressure, going to try to escape. Boudreaux trying to run him down, but that's a good job. I mean, he picked up a few yards, but the Warriors just kept him contained. Boudreaux wasn't able to make the tackle, but he forced Thomas to kind of slow his feet there a little bit, and Foreman came up to force Thomas out of bounds to bring up a 4th and 6. I mean, I don't think he gained any yardage right there. He ran a long way to get nothing.
Yeah, and, you know, pretty decent amount of time to throw, and eventually gets flushed out of the pocket, but really a testament to the Warriors secondary of being able to keep everybody locked up there, not giving them any outlets down the field.
So it'll be 4th down. Bucks are going to punt it again. It's Riker Washington. High snap. Punt gets off. Coming here to the near hash. It's going to hit and just sit. Correction, that is punting. That's Dennis Flores Tertio,
It's going to be first down, St. Michael's.
number 29. So it'll be first down Warriors.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ball at the 38.
I don't know if you saw Dennis there punting the football, but after the pressure that we brought over here in our own or in their own end zone, he kind of did a version of a rugby style kick, kind of kicked it from his side out, trying to evade that pressure a little bit.
Yeah, he's hearing footsteps.
Yep.
The Warriors going to come out with 21 personnel, 2 backs are tight end. Martinez to the near side. Going to get thrown down after a gain of 4. So a good start on first down, 2nd and 6. Same formation. Receiver to each side, tight end to the top of your screen with the H-back as well. Like the stretch play, Martinez is only going to pick up 2. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Good job there by Martinez, though. I know it's only a pickup of 2, but on that stretch play, a lot of times in high school especially, they feel like they have to run it to the outside, He sees an avenue and says, hey, the outside's taken. I'm putting my foot in the ground, and I'm picking up positive yardage. Great job, John.
The tight end to the near side, that's Hayes Marino. Saw this formation come about last week with Marino playing the tight end position. The fake, Santino's going to keep it up the middle. He's going to come up short. I thought he was about to break it and get enough for the first down, but he's going to come up about a yard short. He's going to be at the 47. He needs the 48. I'm saying Warriors are going to stay out here and just go for this one.
Yep, they're leaving him out there. Santino calling his play from no huddle approach. Big Matthew
All
Bell.
this is telling you your offensive line, this is on you, big guys. Power play. He's going to get shut down. Denied. Looked like he might have lost just a little bit of yardage. So the Warriors are not able to pick up the first down. So it'll be first down for the Bucks at the 47-yard line. They went with the same play right there, that power play, and I think whoever was supposed to block on that backside did not get to their man.
Yeah, and just able to get underneath. And John, you could tell, kind of lowered the shoulder and tried to stick it in there, but just a little bit short.
Man, when you got a free defender coming at you like that, there's not a whole lot you can do. So handoff. That's going to be Wilson. And there is Grayson Boudreaux again on the stop. They're going to give him 2. So still Wilson out there. Hawkins standing over here on the sideline with his helmet on, talking to some guys at the back of the bench. So it looks like they're going to just ride with Thomas here.
Yeah, and I think Thomas has looked pretty good. I mean, offense has been a lot more efficient with him on the field.
Yeah, they've kind of finally been able to sort of move forward. Now the bubble screen, too wide. That was intended for Waheed Morehouse. Hayden Evans had a beat on him, scraping over the top right there. He was going to get all over him.
Yeah, I think Hayden was hoping that was going to be completed, because I think that was about to be a big hit.
Yeah, he wanted him to catch that thing.
Hayden likes contact, man.
Does not shy away from it, for sure. That is number 28, Riker Washington, that is in the backfield. We were trying to figure that out earlier. I finally saw him come run to the sideline and throw his gloves. That is number 28, Washington in the backfield for Broadmoor. Ball at the 45. Thomas looking. Naps has a hold of him. He throws it away, and they're going to give him the incomplete.
Nice pressure there by Gavin Naps.
Naps was just couldn't get enough to bring Thomas down before he got rid of the ball. So it'll be Flores, Tertios, to go punt. But first, we have our favorite, our hydration timeout. So we'll take a timeout. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. Two receivers each side, or rather in punt formation. That's Flores, Tercios. Little rugby-style punt again, kicking it back across the green. That thing's going to roll all the way down. They're going to give it to him at about the 1 yard line. Tercios gave the semi-rugby punt, kicked it all the way back over here to the left, and that thing just rolled all the way down the left hash to the 1 yard line. That was a very nice punt by that young man.
Yeah, it was, and a heck of a bounce there, too, to kind of help him out. And DiStefano, you could tell, kind of knew the direction that ball was bouncing in and said, can I get this thing, and wisely called it off.
Yeah, probably the best decision to try to just let that thing go. You don't want to try to get it, let it hit you, and then turn it over, even though the 1 yard line is not ideal. See, the Warrior offense can kind of get rolling here. They had some momentum, and then Martinez got smoked and fumbled. He got absolutely hammered, and that ball just came flying out.
Yeah, and Martinez generally, a possession guy, just kind of got lit up from the side. I don't think he saw it coming, and the ball pops out. I don't know if a helmet hit that or what. But that thing came out with some force.
I think that hit was right on the ball. I mean,
yeah.
That thing just flew up in the air and just went straight backwards.
So here you are. You get to test your Warrior defense out kind of in the red zone. What can we do? Can we get a stop here? And I don't know what Broadmoor's field goal game looks like, kicking game looks like, but I can't imagine it's great. So let's kind of see. You're in 4-down territory here.
Jeff, this is what you're worried about when you play a team like this, letting them kind of hang around here. It's 21-0, but the Warriors' offense is kind of got stuck in the mud a little bit, and it's all about the defense here as Gavin Knaps grabs a hold of the running back again and sort of like he was on skates. Just kind of rode with him for a yard or so.
Bryce Richard able to come in there and kind of clean it up for him.
Wilson, but that was only a 2-yard gain. Good strong run right there by Wilson. Now Wilson coming off. They got big number 44, Taveri Riley in the backfield. He is a load, Coach.
Yeah.
Going with this power formation. Riley barreling up the middle all the way down to the 1 yard line.
Yeah, and he's a big old guy, like you said. And
they're going to go with the same thing right here.
Gets hit at the 6 or 7 yard line, carries him down for about another 4 or 5 yards.
Yep, here comes this same exact play. They're just going to – Warriors are going to have to call a timeout here as they kind of got punched right in the mouth right there. So Coach Guidry and his defensive staff going to talk about it in this timeout. We'll be right back. 4:38 left to go here in the first half. And we are back as the Bucks have it First and goal at the 2-yard line. Here they are again in that power formation with Big Riley in the backfield. They're going to turn around, hand it off again. He's going to try to get outside. Hit. Touchdown. He got in. The Warriors had a defender there, but he was not able to take down Big Taveri Riley, who punches it in for the touchdown. So on that short field, Jeff, the Bucks are able to take advantage of it, unlike the first turnover. So 4:32 left, 21-6, extra point pending. Bucks are going to go for 2, as they do not really have a kicking game.
Yeah, man, big number 44, Taveri Riley. That's something that they're going to come back to in the second half. You better believe it.
They're going to run the exact same thing here on this 2-point conversion.
Yep.
I wouldn't get out of this
until
it gets stopped. There's no reason to get out of this offense until it gets stopped. Nope, they're going to run. He is wide open and misses him. Thomas, his pass was not great. That's to Billazone. Nick Billazone was wide open and could not come down with it. So, again, with 4:32 left to go in the game, 21-6, Warriors up. And we are back. The Bucks get on the board after the turnover from the Warriors. So that's 2 Warrior turnovers, Jeff, tonight. That's something that we talked about last week and talked about today. Is you can't give a team like Broadmoor opportunities to hang around in this ball game, and they're hanging around.
Yeah, and it was your your number two on your offensive keys to the game and ball security.
But the thing about it is that last play the Warriors ran, Martinez was going to pick up a really good chunk of yardage until he got popped. And there's Brody Knapp straight up the middle out to – they're going to give him the 36-yard line.
Coach, you want to know something that I really like a lot about St. Michael's return game in particular, and you've seen it all year long, all 4 games. Our returners do not dance around with the football. They are shot out of a cannon when they catch that football.
No, they are downhill. It's not any kind of like trying to pick and choose and sort of be kind of slow play. They hit it.
And it's effective there. You start your drive at the 35-yard line.
Going to put the ball in the air. Landry wide open, or rather Johnny McCarty. That's McCarty on the catch.
Yeah.
He's going to get, see if they give him enough for they're going to give him just shy of the first down. Nope. First down, Warriors right there.
And they send the pressure, and McCarty's got a little 5-6-yard hitch there, catches the ball, turns upfield, picks up the first down.
He had a lot of room. We got Jaden Banguel running off the field. They got too many guys on the field. Timeout's going to be called by the Bucks. They're trying to argue that number 5 Banguel is hurt, but he's got to go down. Like,
yeah,
you have to go down. That's what every coach teaches a guy. If you're hurt, fall on the ground. But they had to use the timeout, and they're still trying to argue the point there. I mean, the white hat can't just say, give him time just because the guy is running off the field.
Yeah, and a good job there by the St. Michael offense and Preston Centino to notice that and get on the ball, call for the ball, and run a play. Take that penalty or force a timeout.
Yeah, that's Banguel, who's kind of one of their guys.
Yeah, big-time receiver for him.
And that's going to be, and looks like Kenneth Hawkins is going in on defense out there for him.
First and 10, ball at the 46-yard
Coach, and kind of looking at their roster, this is a pretty young team. Mostly juniors and sophomores, not a whole lot of seniors. Martinez right up the middle.
Matthew Bell just blocked that guy into oblivion. 10 yards behind the play.
Yeah, he blocked him all the way back to the 35-yard line.
ball at the 51.
Same formation. 21 personnel with the tight end, 2 backs. Martinez up the middle. Makes a move. First down, Warriors. That was the run Martinez was going to have on the turnover right there. And that time he's able to secure it. But you see what he's doing right there. He's running 2 hands on that ball no matter what. They're not going to be able to, Bucks are not going to be able to get the player off the field. And flag is thrown. It's going to be illegal participation.
And Coach,
the Bucks are trying to mass substitute right here, and the Warriors are just going fast. That's just, coaching wise, you just can't do that.
Yeah, put in a personnel package and stick with it. But they're coaching that last run. Johnny Martinez ran into the referee in the middle of the field. It slowed him down. He ran straight into the belly of the referee, kind of forced him to change.
Referee's got to get out of the way.
Yeah.
Landry, near side receiver. Handoff, Martinez back towards the left, gets tripped up. As number 8, Marcus Rain comes out of there hopping and bobbing after he makes a tackle 5 yards down the field for a first down. Warriors. You always got to love when guys do that. Same formation. They're trying to run guys off the field again. They get him off the field. Martinez hits the outside. He's got the corner. He just has one man to beat. He just a little bit too tired right there. Flag thrown. Probably going to be a hold out here on the edge. I think they're probably going to get Gavin Landry on that hold. He was the receiver out here. So it'll be 10 yards from that spot. Yeah, the hold. So let's see what that'll give them. It'll give them a first and ball is at the 27-yard line. First and 14? First and 14? Yeah, it's about first and 14 right here. Coach, I'd run the same play. Run that stretch play to the wide side again.
Yep. I like the call.
Now they have a kind of a edge defender out there. They kind of moved out. The fake, there it is. Nice play call. Nice decision by Centino. He had a nice alley up the middle. If he could have got one more block on that right side, he might have been able to get some more.
Yeah, and
that's a good play call right there.
That's a play you've seen Centeno have a lot of success this year on, and kind of that riding that fake sweep out and then pulling it up the middle.
2nd and 8. Ball at the 23. Centino going to drop back, going to throw the fade ball. Little behind McCarty, but he just touchdown Warriors. What a play right there by Johnny McCarty. Ball was thrown a little bit behind him, kind of like a back shoulder type throw. He adjusts just beautifully to make the grab and score. 23-yard touchdown pass from Centino to Johnny McCarty.
And great job by McCarty to kind of keep your eyes on the ball, flip the hips, go to the outside, catch that, and then the balance to get in the end zone. Great job, Johnny McCarty.
Swinging gate here for the Warriors. Bucks are a little confused. Centino pitches it. Matthew Bell's going to just walk into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. That's going to make it with 1:58 left to go in the first half. Warriors 29, Bucks 6. We'll be back. And we are back. Mondello high kick going to be fielded just shy of the 10. Wilson crosses the 25. Going to get out to looks like the ball is going to be spotted somewhere around about the 27-yard line. So first down for the Bucks. Yeah. 1:49 now left in the first half.
Number 36, Leandre Dixon, makes his way down the field, gets a hat on him, kind of slows him up long enough for somebody else to get the tackle there, but great first contact there.
All right. Bucks going to go with 2 receivers each side, staying in that spread. And Matthew Bell just gets a fingertip on it. Nice job of getting up underneath that slant route.
Yeah, number 6, Brandon Thomas, good athlete, great athlete, good little passer as well. Just kind of telegraphing his throws a little bit, staring down that slant right there, and Matthew Bell able to jump it a little bit.
Up front, you got Richard, Rodrigue, Luke Rougeau, or as a.k.a. Tubby is his nickname.
That's a good one.
Gavin Knaps as well. Rodrigue getting after the quarterback, and he's going to toss it away. That should be a penalty.
Behind
there it is.
Yeah.
That's going to be. You can't do that I don't understand. I don't know why they haven't made the adjustment in high school football to allow the quarterback to throw it away, but you can't.
Yeah.
You hear about this. You've heard about this for the last many years about safety. That's a safety play. Like, he's just trying to get rid of it so he doesn't take a big hit, and yet they're not allowed to do it. I don't know why they haven't adjusted the ruling on that, but that's going to be intentional grounding, loss of down. It's going to be way back, 10 yards from the spot of that foul. That's going to be down inside the 15. Ball looks like it's at the 12-yard line. So 3rd and a bunch. And there's going to be a false start, so that'll back them up a little bit more, all the way back to the 7-yard line. They got to get all the way out to the 38 for the first down. That's going to be a 3rd and 31 they're playing from what should be the 7-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Broadmoor here, you really got 2 options. You run a draw play and just punt it away, or you try to chop this in half, at least pick up a little bit of yardage, give yourself some room.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know why you just don't go to that big power formation and see if you can just bust one right here.
Yeah.
Wilson's they're gonna run kind of basically just a little inside handoff. He's not gonna get much. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. I think the Warriors are going to take the timeout. Yep, timeout Warriors, trying to preserve the clock. 1:26 left to go in the half. We'll take a timeout with them. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back with a fourth and 30. Ball at maybe the 9-yard line, 8-yard line. It's Flores Tercios. And we have another whistle. Timeout Bucks. I didn't know if they had a timeout left. So we'll take a timeout again with them. We'll be back. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. The pressure comes. Kick is way up in the air, and it's going to bounce just short of the 35-yard line. The Warriors were bringing everyone. They didn't have anybody back deep to return that punt. So it'll be first down Warriors. Ball's going to be at the 34-yard line. Warriors, I believe, have 2 timeouts, 1:17 to operate right here. You can run the ball a couple of times right here. You don't necessarily have to just put the ball in the air. So there's a flag way back at the 12. We going to have a re-kick? No, the ball is just going to come all the way up. It looks like a personal foul or some kind of 15-yard penalty. So the Warriors will have the ball first down at the 19-yard line. You definitely have time to try to get something in the end zone right here with 2 timeouts, a minute 17. And it doesn't have to be just throwing the ball.
Plenty of time, plenty of shots, and the ability
And
to
they're gonna go ahead and throw it. The rollout, Centino puts it up to Landry. Coach, Centino had Landry, but he also had nobody in front of him. He could have ran that thing into the end zone.
Yeah, he had to run in front of him too, and a little bit surprised there he didn't pick up 10, 15, and get out of bounds and try it again.
Yeah, but he had the receiver. Landry was open over there towards that front corner.
Real tough throw on the run like that with the receiver crashing down towards out of bounds, same direction. It's a tough throw.
Yeah, you don't want to leave it back towards the inside of the field too much and give the defender a chance to make a play on it. And they're going to get the offsides or the false start. And get the offsides up there. That was the guy on the edge was a little bit too antsy.
It looked like they were running that rodeo rollout again. They were coming right back to it.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2nd down and 5. They're going to run it again. The rollout. There's McCarty on the little hitch route. Just the old smash concept.
Yeah, just a rodeo smash there. Kind of got the hitch underneath with the 10-yard corner in the back, going to that back pylon.
Warriors moving fast again. Outside handoff, the stretch play. Martinez inside the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. Timeout Warriors. 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Warriors going to talk about it a little bit, see what they want to do here on a 2nd down and goal. We'll be back. All right, we are back with second and goal from the 4-yard line. Warriors coming out, no back in the backfield. Centino going to roll out. He's got DiStefano all by himself. Touchdown, Warriors. Centino with his third touchdown pass of the evening makes it 35-6. 4-yard touchdown pass to DiStefano. DiStefano with his second touchdown catch of the day.
And they rolled Centino right again, and DiStefano able to find just kind of a little spot in the zone and says, hey, I like it right here. I'm going to stay put, wave my arms a little bit. Centino hits him right in the chest.
And Mondello, it's up, and it is good. So with 36 seconds left to go here in the first half, 36-6, Warriors over the Fighting Jack Sparrows. We'll be back. And we're back.
Getting his crew together for the kickoff.
And Mondello going to tee it up, kick it off again. Warriors are going to try the onside, and it hit Luke Hillman right in the back of the head as they were trying to get a little surprise onside here. So it'll be illegal touching by the Warriors. It'll be first down.
.36 seconds left, and I believe Broadmoor's out of timeouts.
Yeah, they are. There'll be 36 seconds. Broadmoor's probably going to get the ball at the 43 if I had to take a guess. It'll be a 5-yard penalty off the illegal touching. Or they're going to looks like they're going to take it right there. I thought they marked it off 5 yards from where that happened.
At the 48-yard line. First down.
All right. It's going to be Broadmoor ball. 2 receivers at the top of the screen. They have no timeouts in the bag. They're going to try to put it up. It's going to be Thomas. Tosses it up. That's Billazone. They're gonna give him the catch.
Yeah, Knox Poirier knocked that loose at the very end. I guess they're saying he had possession, got the foot down, and then got it knocked away after the play was over.
Coach, that looked like the referee on this side was just kind of taking a big guess on whether that was a catch or not. So it's going to be somebody called timeout. Broadmoor apparently had a timeout left. I didn't think they had a timeout left, but they're going to give them one. So we'll take a timeout as well as the Warrior Broadcast Network. We'll be back. And we are back. Coach, 243 out there. Viewership tonight, man.
Wow.
Thank you for tuning in tonight here from Broadmoor High School. Broadmoor is going to give it one more shot, I think. They got to be out of timeouts now. Thomas going to heave it up towards the end zone. Landry picks it off. He's going to try to return it. He's got room. Cuts it all the way back to the wide side of the field.
He's got a wall.
He's got a caravan of some blockers. Gets out of bounds, and there's going to be 5 seconds left. Landry returns it all the way out to the 40-yard line. Thomas just heaved it up towards the end zone and missed way to the inside. Landry picks it off. I think when he caught it, he kind of thought about going down for a second, then realized I got a ton of room out in front of me. I'm going to try to the house call the 100-plus pick six right here.
Yeah, I don't know the facts on this, and it probably would have been a school record. If he would have brought that back to the house, it would have been like 100 and what? 3 yards?
4 yards, yeah. Yeah, I'm almost positive that would have been a school record. Warriors going 4 receivers, 2 receivers each side. Little switch go out here. He's going to heave it up outside. Brody Knapp's kind of stopped running.
Yeah, good ball by Centino.
Knapp's got to about the 35-yard line and just kind of slowed down a little bit. He was looking for a pass interference call, but that'll be 000 on the clock. And your halftime score, Warriors 36, Bucks 6. We'll be back at halftime for some scores and updates around the state. So stick with us. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network.
have been charged with treason for aiding the outlaws.
How's your new gig?
Let's give a big thank you for the Big Red Band from Warriorland for our halftime performance.
Yep, I totally get you. Well, hopefully it'll get better. Yeah, right. I got you. Yeah, right. You don't want to just keep doing the same that all over. Is that what you're doing? Alrighty, good to see you again. right, here we are with some scores from around the state, most specifically from around here in the capital city area. Jules Sumner 22-0 over East Feliciana in the third quarter. West Monroe 27, Scotlandville 6. That's in the third quarter. Denham Springs 34-7 all over Franklinton in the third. Kentwood 8, Walker 7. That's also in the third quarter. Alexandria 14, East Ascension 7. Sandomal 15, Opelousas 14. These are mostly third quarter scores. Bel Air 20, Bruley 15 in the third quarter. U High all over Mentorship 55-0 in the third. Zachary all over McKinley 38-0 at halftime. Estruma 8, Plaquemine 6 at halftime. Those are two opponents the Warriors have coming up. Plaquemine next week over at Olympia. At halftime, Madison Prep and Parkview tied up at 14. Also at half, Catholic Point Capee 24, Lagrange 12. St. John 35, West St. Mary's 0. Slaughter 21, Springfield nothing. E.D. White 29, Woodlawn 7. Ascension Christian 21, North Central 8. Albany 43-0 over Fisher. And that does it for your Capital City area scoreboard. Over from the Acadiana area, we'll run through some scores here for you. Lafayette Christian 12, Ruston 14. That is a battle of heavyweights in the state of Louisiana right there. Sam Houston and Como 0-0. Former St. Michael offensive coordinator Coach Chad Davis over at Sam Houston off to a 3-0 start as well. Turlings and Notre Dame tied at 14 in the second quarter. Lafayette and Acadiana 0-0. That's still coming back from the first quarter. No update. Catholic High and St. Thomas More. The last update we have here is 0-0 in the first quarter. But that'll do it for some halftime scores there. We are just about ready for both teams to hit the sideline. Looks like Broadmoor has made it to their sideline. Warriors about to head out to their sideline. And here come your St. Michael Warriors heading to the sideline to get the second half going here in just a few minutes. So that first half was kind of a tale of a couple of things. When the Warriors didn't turn the ball over, they were able to kind of control the game and really get some stuff going. We had a special teams touchdown, and also we've seen something from the Warriors that we really haven't seen a whole lot this year, and that is the ball getting put in the air. Centino has hooked up with 3 touchdown passes, 1 to Johnny McCarty, and 2 touchdown passes to Anthony DiStefano. And both teams are now heading back out to the field for the second half kickoff. It will be the Warriors with the ball first on offense. Kind of what you want to see here from the Warriors on offense is that for them to be able to kind of get something really kind of going. They've been able to do that, but they've kind of been hurt a little bit by some turnovers. They've also been hurt by some penalties. At certain points in the game early on, there were some false starts going on. We've seen a lot of penalties in this game, something that we haven't really seen from any game up to this point. But this game has had a lot of flags, a lot of laundry on the field. It's going to be Flores Tercios to kick it off, and line drive kick that's going to be picked up by Brody Knaps. Moves back towards the middle. Brody Knaps is in the clear. He's going to take it. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Warriors. Brody Knaps to the house. Just picked that ball up right around about the 20-yard line. Moved back towards that hash on the near side and just with the house call. Brody Naps. Jeff, that was something. We've been talking about the return game the entire night, and there you go once again, just the Warriors getting on the return game.
Yeah, Brody Knapp's looking like he shot out of a cannon, takes it, man, what was that, 95 yards to the house.
Yeah, I think about 80 yards. I think he picked it up somewhere around about the 20-yard line.
I was sprinting up the stairs, Coach.
Coach, those chicken legs. That's some good stuff. If you ever come out to a Broadmoor football game, you got to go get you some chicken legs. They're good stuff, top-notch stuff. So with 11:48 left to go here in the third, 43-6 is your score. Warriors up big, about to come back out for the kickoff. We'll stick right here. I was talking kind of before you got back up here, Jeff, just that first half. You know, when the Warriors didn't turn the ball over, they were able to get things moving, and we saw, something we haven't seen a whole lot of, and that's 3 touchdown passes.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes. That's, primarily all year the St. Michael offensive attack's been ground game. I mean, you've seen that in our first 3 players of the week. They were really rushing statistics that got them there, that got them chosen for that. And Preston Centino comes out with 3 first-half touchdown throws. Anthony DiStefano with 2 receiving touchdowns in the first half. We kind of talked about it during half. If you're Plaquemine watching this game film, you got to respect the pass.
Mondello gets it down to about the 2-yard line, fielded. A little stutter, gets across the 25 out to the 27. But yeah, if you're Plaquemine kind of looking at the film, you're going to see a Warrior team that has, put the ball up in the air in different ways tonight. We've seen the hang screens to the slot receivers. We've seen a couple other little things here and there, but we haven't really seen the deep ball down the middle of the field or the fade ball to the single receiver, and you've seen that tonight. So so now if you're a team that's looking at the Warriors, you have to have that in the back of your mind that they will be willing to throw the ball because Centino can throw it.
Yes.
He's not just a runner.
He's got a fantastic arm, and you saw that on that strike to DiStefano, the first touchdown of his, over the middle of the field, kind of a seam route, and just throws a dot right on the money over the top of the defense, but on a rope, on a line. Centino's got a powerful arm.
A lot of confusion to start off for the Buccaneers, and it's going to show on this first carry as Thomas just, I don't know if that was the call right there, but he just took the snap and just started running towards the right side and was getting chased down by a couple of Warrior linemen. Just couldn't quite get to him to get the sack, but it'll be a no gain right there on the first play of the second half for the Bucs. So the Bucs are not in any hurry here. They're still getting in their huddle, kind of methodically going to the line. We'll get you some first half statistics here in just a minute as well. Thomas rolling to his left, going to throw it up. Nice grab by the receiver, number 7. That is Marquise Bennett. Good little toss right there from Thomas, rolling to his weak side right.
Yeah, Thomas has looked like a great passer tonight. I mean, you've kind of seen it ever since he came in, and it was in your pregame scouting report. The Bucs aren't afraid to air it out a little bit, and I think you're seeing Thomas kind of show you that.
Yeah, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bucs. 3 receivers to the short side of the field. Going to be a handoff. Not going to get much, maybe a yard. So some statistics for the first half. John Martinez had 12 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown. Centino, 5 carries for 16. And Matthew Bell had 1 carry for 5 yards. Centino was 7 of 9 in the first half for 111 yards and 3 touchdowns. DiStefano had 2 catches for 56 yards and 2 touchdowns. Johnny McCarty, 3 catches for 42 yards and a touchdown. Gavin Landry, 2 catches for 13 yards. And William Mondello was 4 for 4 on his extra points. Handoff up the middle.
And, Coach, you know what kind of sticks out about those first half stats is Preston Centino had a great day in the air, great half in the air, very accurate, but also he's spreading the ball around. I mean, it wasn't just one receiver that did it for him. I mean, yes, DiStefano has those 2 scores tallied up for him, but he's spreading the football around. I mean, they're getting everybody on the football field, all of your offensive weapons involved, and that's when you know your offense is firing on all cylinders.
Yep, getting a little bit of everybody involved, making it, not just all about one guy, making the other team respect everybody. So it's going to be a 3rd and 4. Some room right there for Wilson. He gets out across the 50 into Warrior territory. So it looked like the Warriors were kind of expecting the pass right there, and the Bucks just said, all right, we're just gonna keep the ball on the ground here. Statistics for the Broadmoor Buccaneers. Taveri Riley had 2 carries for 13 yards. Brandon Thomas 3 for 4. Watson 8 for 4. Washington 1 for 2. Now the toss outside to Wilson. He's going to lose a couple of yards, about 3 yards. They're going to give him the 50. Nope, they're going to put it back on the 49-yard line of the Bucks. So it'll be a loss of 3, 2nd and 13. And then Kenneth Hawkins in the first half had 4 carries for -8 yards. Thomas was 4 of 11 for 50 yards, and Hawkins was 0 for 2 for no yards. Both quarterbacks have thrown an interception in this game. Wilson switching sides, 3 receivers at the top. Thomas over the middle. Ball was tipped.
Yeah, and
The receiver's trying to call for the flag, but as soon as that ball gets tipped, it doesn't matter.
free game. Yeah, the interesting thing about those statistics from the first half from the Broadmoor Bucks, number 44, Taveri Riley, we were kind of talking about it after those 2 strong runs. Why would you stop running this? This is kind of your formation, your set, this is your offense, and they haven't come back to it since. I don't know if it's out of necessity because they're behind or what's going on, but interesting.
So 3 receivers again at the top of the screen. False start by the number 3 receiver. That was Banguel. So they're going to go back 5 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 18. So playing a 3rd and 18, ball at the 44-yard line. Thomas going to roll to his right to the wide side of the field, going to heave it up, trying to get the receiver on the sideline. Pretty sure that was Bennett. It went way over his head, incomplete, 4th and 18. So the roll out to the wide side, trying to pick up that first down, 4th and 18 here. It'll be Flores, Tercios back to punt. So good first series right there for the Warrior defense. They bent a little bit, but were able to force a couple of losses, and then the penalty put Broadmoor behind the chains, and now they get the punt. Fair catch, DiStefano, right at about the 30-yard line. This will be first down, Warriors.
So St. Michael gets their first drive of the second half, coming off of that kickoff return for a touchdown. Excited to see what they come out in here. 43-6. Wouldn't be surprised if you start seeing some young Bucks incorporated probably on the next series.
Yeah, it looks like right now that's all your starters coming back in the game. Haven't run a run an offensive play in this half, have we?
No.
No, we just had that kickoff return. Kind of lost track here. It's 8:19 left. Warriors will be taking their first offensive snap of the second half. You're probably going to see most of the starters stay out here, I would think, for most of this third quarter. Martinez tried the middle and then bounces it outside, and he's going to pick up 8 yards. He's going to bring up a 2nd and 2 to the 42-yard line. Or correction, the 38-yard line. Good job, Martinez, kind of realizing there's nothing in the middle and then bouncing it. Breaks a tackle in the backfield and then gets swallowed up.
Yeah, and that initial pressure from up the middle kind of gets the play off on a not on a rhythm and kind of prolongs the play out, and tough to ask your offensive line to kind of hold a block for that long.
Loss of a yard, 3rd and 3. Warriors going with the freeze play. See if Coach Kling decides to get Centino out of the pocket right here and give him sort of a run-pass option. Now they're going to hand it to Martinez, who had a big hole. Gets hit pretty hard. Martinez didn't think he went down, but whistles were blown as he's down at the 45-yard line. Picks up 8. First down, Warriors.
Yeah, and a good-sized hole there for Martinez to get in and sticks his head down and picks up, 6 or 7 yards in the first down.
We give a big shout-out to the Big Red Band from Warriorland for a great halftime show there. The one, the only, Doc Andry leading that band again. And Martinez just powering ahead for 8 more. And Martinez is going to bound and determined to get some back-to-back 100-yard games here.
Yeah, rushed for, 105 last week and 2 scores.
Yeah, he went over 100, put the ball in the end zone a couple times. Trying to go back-to-back. Orbit motion from Landry. Martinez is going to fall across the 45 down to the 44-yard line. First down, Warriors. We're going to give him the 45-yard line. And we have the official timeout and our favorite hydration timeout. We'll be back. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we're coming back. I want to make sure I get this another shout out in to Miss Brittany Watkins and her broadcasting class students tonight. We have Miss Savannah Wilson on the camera and Miss Elise Cormier running the clock and the scoreboard. Great job tonight, ladies. We could not do it without you. It is a vital part of our operation up here, so thank you for being here and helping us out. 2-yard gain, 2nd and 8 as they get out to the 43-yard line. Snap up the middle. Martinez going to carry some tacklers again. He's going to fall across the 35-yard line. First down, Warriors. That's another 10 yards on 2 carries right there for John. He's just racking it up right now.
Yeah, and I was just about to say I'd love to see the statistic on yards per carry on John this season, but I mean he's got to be sitting somewhere between 5 and 6 yards a carry on average, spread across 60 or 70 attempts.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean he's been kind of last year the Warriors split some carries a little bit. This year it's been primarily John running the ball, and then you have some Preston Santino carries in there. Lineman coming out, looks like, can't tell who that was. I think that's Eli Corville having to head to the sideline. Martinez with another carry, still not going down, fighting. So Martinez takes it out for another 7. John had that one carry in the first half where he got hit pretty good and fumbled it, and since then he has been just had the vice grip on that football and has been just carrying tacklers and just churning out the yards. The throw, Landry has it, first down, Warriors. Pass is going to be out to the 21-yard line. Pickup of about 6 right there. Nice little pitch and catch from Santino to Landry. And, that's really, kind of all the Warriors really just need to show is if teams are going to back off a little bit and not respect the outside receiver, just, take that easy 5 yards. And that's kind of what they did right there. Now the fade ball to McCarty. McCarty goes up. He gets it. Touchdown, Warriors. McCarty with a great adjustment. 21-yard touchdown pass from Preston Santino to Johnny McCarty. Coach, that was great coverage by Bennett. McCarty just kind of created a little bit of space, and I'm not saying he pushed off, but he just did enough to maneuver his body and get up over top of Bennett, who, Coach, Bennett's not a bad athlete. He did not have bad coverage, but McCarty just went up and grabbed it for his second touchdown grab of the game. And Mondello puts it through to make it 50-6 with 3:29 left to go in the third. We'll be back. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network on YouTube. And we are back. Mondello teeing it up, and we are at the point of the game where we are in the running clock. The score being 50-6 right here. I think the rule is up by 42, I think it is. The clock just runs. Wilson fields it in front of his teammate. There's Hayes Marino as Wilson continues a trend that we have seen around football this year of guys trying to jump. I just don't understand it. Jaden Daniels a couple of weeks ago got absolutely crushed this past weekend. Just I thought he was going to get broken half after he tried to jump up over a Mississippi State defender. There goes Wilson trying to jump up over Marino, and he gets tackled. So all you youngsters out there, unless you're jumping to catch a football, stop trying to jump. Stop trying to jump over tacklers. It's just not worth it.
Well, they see it on TV every Saturday and Sunday, and so they say, well, I might give that a shot. And that's generally when you get hurt.
Yeah, it's just not a good idea. Couple of backs in the backfield with Thomas. Handoff. That's going to be Washington's got a lot of room. Knox Poirier runs him down. Jeff, I will tell you this. I will say this, and we talked about this a little bit before the game. this is a Broadmoor team who for the last several years has just frankly struggled. Just frankly had been a really tough few years. But I'm gonna say this: what Coach Yassine Serra is putting out on the field is a team that they have not given up in this game. They haven't really hung their heads. They got some pretty good-looking athletes out there, and I'm telling you, they got a shot at putting something together in the next few years and kind of bringing back maybe not back to the old Broadmoor, the Rusty Price days where they're challenging for state titles, but this is a team that you're going to have to put together a pretty good little game to beat this squad in the next few years, I believe.
Yeah,
and they're young. They're really young.
Yep, there are a ton of sophomores and juniors on this team, and like you talked about, and we've talked about it with a couple of other programs in the area. Coach Serra has gotten buy-in from these kids, and that's what's so important, and that's what Coach Lejay's got out of our guys is buy-in, and like you're talking about, not hanging their head. They're down 50-6 right now, Coach, and they're not hanging their head. They're playing hard through the whistle.
And McCarty misses the tackle, but Knapp slings Thomas out of bounds. And I tell you what, Coach, Thomas has just kept going. Kept going. He's gotten a lot of pressure in his face. He's been hit hard. He's thrown a pick. He's almost thrown a couple other ones. He's, had some balls that haven't been on, but he's not, it hasn't phased him really at all. And he's not a big kid either. I mean, he's a small little guy back there, but he's been moving around. That's gonna be the end of the third quarter with your score 50-6. We'll be back in just a second. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. And we are back. Again, we're at the point of the game, 50-6, where the clock, other than timeouts, will continue to run. And here we go with that heavy formation again. Riley going to try to take it to the outside, and the Warriors are all over it. First person there was Hudson Foreman, helped out by a couple other St. Michael defenders, and that's going to be a loss of about 5 yards, going to bring it back to a 4th and 7.
Yeah, so they bring back the set that we've been kind of calling for them to bring back all night. Unfortunately, big number 44, Tavery Riley, he's not really a speed threat to the outside. And he tried to bounce that outside, and I think the Warrior defense, especially the defensive front and the edge guys for us and linebackers, are just a little bit too fast for that. I'd like to see Riley just run between the tackles, man. North, south. Get physical. He's a big kid. He's strong.
Big young man.
He carried bodies down here before that Broadmoor touchdown.
So they're going to go for it on 4th and 7. The snap comes, and we got a timeout first. Broadmoor calls the timeout with 11 minutes left to go in the game. We'll be back after this brief timeout. This is the Warrior Broadcast Network. All right, we are back with the final 11 minutes here from Broadmoor High School. Be 4th down for Broadmoor. Thomas going to just throw it up deep down the sideline. Landry almost has another pick. Incomplete. It falls to the ground. Clock is still running. Again, we are at the running clock period. The clock will not stop with the exception of turnovers or injuries. So Warriors take over 1st down at the 38-yard line of the Bucks. And I thought maybe you'd see some subs, but it looks like the Warriors are going to stick with the same, the starters out there. Good news, looks like Eli Corbell back in the game after a brief little injury, whatever that was. He got it taken care of. Martinez is going to get taken down for a 2-yard loss. Coach Martinez needs to go back to his offensive line and say, guys, I'm trying to get to 100 yards again. You guys need to put a hat on a hat and let me get some yards right here.
Yeah, help me out here.
Trying to put together this back-to-back 100-yard games here.
He's got to be getting close.
He's got to be close. Yeah. Santino receiver to either side. Snap, handoff, Martinez. There he goes. And there goes the flag.
Yep. Hold.
Going to be a holding right there in the middle on one of the Warrior offensive linemen. Now Marino is going to come off. Clock does stop on that penalty. It should restart as soon as the ball is set for play. Back at the 45. Second and 17 for the Warriors. I think the Warriors going to throw it up 44 here. Open over the middle is Landry. He picks up about 10 yards. Third and 6. Warriors going to go to their 4-receiver set. Two receivers each side. Broadmoor going to send the house. DiStefano on the slant. Catches it. 1st down, Warriors. Clock ticking down, 8:50. So join us next week, Jeff, as we're back at home over at quote-unquote home at Olympia to play Plaquemine Green Devils. This is going to hit the toughest 3-game stretch for the Warriors coming up with Plaquemine, then West Feliciana, and then McKinley. So what can the Warriors take out of this game? I think they can take that we found a little bit of passing game in this ball game tonight.
Yeah, I think so too. And Santino, especially as we get later into this game, has just looked really comfortable back there. I mean, whether he's on the roll, whether he's staying in the pocket, he's looked comfortable. He's delivering strikes, accurate balls, and even when he's throwing downfield, he's not feeling necessarily the pressure to put the ball right on the money. He's putting up catchable balls. He's saying, I have athletes on the outside. I'm going to let them make a play. And I think it's looked great today. I think you've seen the St. Michael passing attack really kind of come into form tonight.
And we have another 1st down, Warriors, as Martinez takes it ahead to get the 1st down. Yeah, so join us here on the Warrior Broadcast Network here on YouTube next week as we are back at Olympia Stadium. Kickoff, same time, 7 o'clock. We'll be on with the pregame sometime around about 6:40 or so. Centino with the keeper. Touchdown, Warriors. Centino takes it in.
5 touchdowns tonight for Centino.
I mean, there's just not much more that we can say. It's been a really good night for Centino. 4 in the air, 1 on the ground. You know, not a lot of nice passes. I think he's had 3 incompletions, maybe 2 incompletions.
Yep.
I believe he was 7 of 9 in the first half. I don't think he's incompleted a pass in this half. And Mondello adds the point after. 57-6 is your score with 7:02 left to go in the ball game. So we go Friday, and then we got a couple back-to-back Thursday games coming up after that at West Feliciana, and then back at home at Olympia for homecoming against McKinley. So, you know, the difference between those Friday and Thursday games, you know, it's not bad to have sort of the back-to-back. You know, you still got the same amount of time to prepare. You know, you're going to be making a trip all the way up to West Feliciana on a Thursday game. So, you know, we'll see. It'll be interesting the next couple weeks what the Warriors can do. I think they'll be about as healthy as they probably have been all year. They should get Austin Wood back. Austin Wood has missed the last 2 games due to injury, but I think he should be back next week. So you'll have your full offensive line finally for the first time after Brant Bertrand returned last week, but Austin Wood has missed the last 2 weeks. So that should be something to look forward to for the Warriors and finally getting that offensive line, which has been the bright spot of the entire year. You know, if you can't get if you can't get blocking, you're not going to be able to get in. It doesn't matter what you have in the backfield, what you have at quarterback. You know, you're not going. The operation is not going to work.
Yeah, I mean, that's where everything starts. You don't have a run game without an offensive line. You don't have a pass game without an offensive line. And they've kind of shown to be elite so far this year. And you got some big guys up front. I mean, that's something you don't often see coming out of St. Michael. We always have the playmakers, and now we've kind of meshed it together. We have both at one time for the first time in a long time, and you're kind of seeing the fruits of that. We're going to be 4-0 heading into a tough district game against Blackman.
Yeah, I really do think you found a playmaker on the outside in Johnny McCarty, somebody who, you know, is just a sophomore, played some last year as a freshman, but, you know, kind of come into his own a little bit here. We saw him on defense early on in like the scrimmages and in the jamboree, having to force into action on defense. He was flying around the ball, but, you know, 2 big touchdown grabs tonight. There's the screen pass. Matthew Bell is all over that screen pass.
Bell,
I mean, he just read that thing like a book right there.
And that's something, too, that I mean, we toot his horn a lot, but that is so big to have a player like that on your defense. Just a guy who's a ball hawk, headhunter, not afraid of anybody, physical guy. Matthew Bell is just a stud. And then you got multiple of them on the defense.
I mean, he's played over 25 games in his career out there at that linebacker spot. He's been playing since he was a freshman. You know, been kind of the leader of the defense for at least definitely the last 2 years. Definitely this year, he is the team leader. And talking to Coach Leger, you know, he's taken a leadership role on this team and done a great job as the receiver slipping through a couple tackles right there. That was number 16, I think. 18, rather. Derek Goldman. I tell you what, man. This is a 51-point game. Oh, PA guy down there has kept the energy up the entire game. Got to give it to him.
You got to. He's firing me up.
I know. I'm getting pumped. I'm up here trying to, you know, not to cheer. You know. There's Washington. See, Warriors got a couple of subs out there. There goes Noah Singleton off. You got Damian Willett out here at corner. Johnny McCarty out on defense. Thomas to Washington. Tackle by Naps. Looks like number 51, Aiden Horton, coming in the game for the Warriors sophomore. Now paired with Luke Rougeau up front. It also looks like Seth Darsom out playing the far side corner. Freshman Seth Darsom. Three receivers here to the short side of the field.
Jeez.
That's gonna be on Evans. Jumping off sides right there. It's gonna be a free 5 yards for the Bucks. That'll be out to the 50. So I think if you're Coach Leger, if you're Coach Kling, if you're Coach Guidry, you're probably pretty happy with the outcomes of this game. You know, maybe offensively, a couple of balls that we put on the ground. You know, maybe you don't really like that. The only touchdown that was allowed was after a turnover, and there's the pick. Knox Poirier has some room. He's going to cut it all the way back to the opposite side of the field and get taken down, and that is going to just about put this thing to bed. But you know, if you're all the coaches, you know, you got to feel good about this game because outside of some penalties early and a couple of early turnovers, the Warriors really did play a pretty good game. And really, you know, on offense, we talked about kind of a little bit of some stalling out, but that was because of the turnovers. And any offense is going to stall out because of the turnovers, but they really came back and put together some nice a nice game and put up a bunch of yards. Obviously, they put up a bunch of points tonight. 4 touchdown passes from Centino, touchdown run. Now you got all the young bucks out there. That's Brody Naps in the backfield. That is Quinn Wyndham, the freshman at quarterback, and Naps just lost his footing there. You got Ben Jones out here at receiver. Stephen Redden on the other side at receiver.
Quinn Wyndham is an awesome name for a high school quarterback, by the way.
I know.
I mean, I just
Perfect.
love it.
Perfect name. I mean, you can't beat that. Looks like you still got most of your starting offensive line out there. You know, again, after those guys, there's really not a terrible amount of depth behind them, and that probably is going to do it as Brody Naps gets up the middle, and then we have an injury. I think they're going to let the clock tick. Nope, they're going to go ahead and stop it at 24 seconds, but that will be the last play of the game. The Warriors are not going to have to run another play. But, Jeff, let's kind of put a bow on this one. After this injury timeout, we'll be back. This is Warrior Broadcast Network. And so that's the injured player coming off the field for the Bucks. Again, that was probably the last snap. As soon as the ball gets set, they'll run the clock. The Warriors won't have to run another snap. So, Jeff, I think we're pretty set on this, picking our offensive and defensive players of the game. We'll recap this next week. But offensively, I think, Johnny McCarty kind of had a little bit of a breakout game, 2 great touchdown catches, a couple other grabs in the game. And then on defense, Grayson Boudreaux, who really early on was just a menace in the backfield. And that's gonna be just about it. Again, join us next week over at Olympia Stadium as we take on rival the Plaquemine Green Devils at Olympia, 7 o'clock. Pregame starting at 6:40. Again, for our crew up here, Miss Brittany Watkins, Savannah Wilson, Elise Cormier, for myself, Coach Craig Saylor, my partner, Jeff Vaquero, we want to wish you, as always, good night, God bless, and go.